The truth always comes out even if it starts as a whisper. But no one expected this latest bombshell to come from none other than Tasha K. In a shocking twist that's shaking the foundation of love and hip-hop, Atlanta Tasha K has officially stepped into the DNA drama, and what she revealed left fans gasping. According to the queen of controversial receipts herself, the DNA test that supposedly proved Mendeecees was not the father of Erica Mena's baby was allegedly fake. Not just fake, staged a setup. And not only was the production behind it, but VH1 was allegedly in on the entire thing. That's right, the envelope, the dramatic camera zoom, the tearful reactions. It was all possibly just scripted TV designed to protect one of the show's most controversial husbands. And now, Erica Mena's name is being dragged into chaos over a lie she may never have agreed to. With Tasha K dropping behind-the-scenes clips and a voice recording that sounds a lot like a panicked VH1 producer begging her to stay quiet, the internet erupted instantly. Did Mendeecees know? Was Yandy Smith involved? And why did Erica stay silent for so long? Buckle up, because what's coming next could change everything. It all began with a moment that wasn't even meant to be recorded. Erica Mena had just stepped off the set after filming what was supposed to be her final confessional for the season. Her voice was tired from multiple retakes. Her eyes were bloodshot from holding back tears. But the mic, it was still on. Someone, in post-production, caught what she whispered under her breath. What she said wasn't meant for the world. But now it's at the center of a media firestorm. She said, "They told me the test was fake. They made me read a lie." At first, no one knew what she meant until Tasha K dropped her video. Fans woke up to absolute chaos the moment Tasha K went live. This wasn't just one of her usual rants. This time, she had timestamps, voice notes, documents, and a fire in her voice that couldn't be ignored. "Let's be clear," she began, sipping her wine with a smirk. "That DNA test was staged. They aired the wrong result and they knew it." According to her, Mendeecees knew, VH1 knew, and they manipulated Erica into silence. She was allegedly gaslit into going along with the lie. Then came the leaked audio. A voice that sounded like a VH1 production assistant could be heard freaking out. She has the clip with the other envelope." Another voice responded. Mona said, "Damage control. Tell her it was scripted. Say it was a storyline. We can't let this get to the reunion." But it was too late. Fans started re-watching the DNA reveal scene. They noticed something was off. Erica's reaction didn't look like surprise. It looked like confusion, like betrayal. And suddenly, it all made sense. Later that night, Tasha K went live again. This time, she dropped the biggest bombshell yet. A screenshot of a private conversation between a VH1 producer and someone saved in her phone as MK. The producer asked, "Are we good with the alt ending?" And the response, "Erica thinks it's real. She never saw the second cut. Just tell her we're still reviewing." That message set the internet on fire. Who was MK? Was it Mona Scott Young, Mendeecees' manager? Nobody knew, but everyone had theories. Meanwhile, chaos erupted in the Love and Hip Hop group chat. Bambi left abruptly. Rashida posted a cryptic message, "I'm not part of fake TV." And Yandy Smith, who usually posts daily quotes and happy family pictures, went completely silent. But Erica Mena, she didn't run. She didn't hide. She posted a single Instagram story. No caption. Just a screenshot of a message from last year that read, "We need you to reshoot the result reveal. Take it emotional. Think betrayal." Below it was her reply, "But the test says positive." The internet took it from there. Fans matched the timestamp from that text to the date the DNA scene was filmed. It didn't take long to figure out there had been a reshoot. And if the original test said positive, then the scene they aired was a lie. Meanwhile, Mendeecees disappeared. No posts, no appearances, not even in New York, where he was supposed to promote a project. Rumors flew. Some said he had checked into a wellness retreat in Arizona. Others didn't believe it. His Instagram got flooded with comments. Was he in on it? Did he believe the baby wasn't his, or was he just playing along? Behind the scenes, Erica's lawyer was allegedly taking action. A cease and desist was reportedly sent to VH1, demanding access to all raw footage of the DNA scene. Tasha K hinted that legal action wasn't just possible, it was already underway. "They didn't just lie to Erica," she said. "They lied to millions of people. They messed with her name, her motherhood, and her child's identity for ratings. And guess what? Ratings for that episode, the highest of the season. Promoted like a season finale. And now, possibly all fake. Tasha K's receipts didn't stop there. She dropped a clip from what looked like a rehearsal take. In the video, Erica holds the envelope, stares off camera, and someone says, "Okay, we'll try this again, make it more intense." Erica hesitates. Then, just before the camera cuts, she says, "This isn't right. This doesn't feel right." Fans were stunned. This wasn't just a fake test, it was a full-blown performance, one that Erica clearly wasn't okay with. Petitions started. Fans demanded that VH1 release the unedited footage. Twitter blew up with hashtags, #JusticeForErica and #VH1 lead started trending again. A former VH1 editor came forward anonymously, confirming that 2 versions of the DNA scene were cut, one where Mendeecees was the father, one where he wasn't. Focus groups liked the version where he wasn't. It had more drama, more tears, so that's the one they aired. Fans were furious. They chose ratings over truth. Soon after, Erica began filming her own documentary. Not for VH1, but for herself. In one scene, she sits by a window, holding the original DNA result in her hands. "I knew the truth," she says, voice cracking. "I just didn't think they'd erase it." She shows the envelope blurry, but clear enough to read one thing: 98% probability of paternity. That clip went viral within 10 minutes. Fans zoomed in. Reddit users analyzed the document formatting. One claimed they worked at a diagnostic lab and confirmed, "This looks real, not a prop." They found a barcode possibly traceable to a lab in Georgia. The deeper they looked, the more confident they became that VH1 buried the truth. After days of silence, Yandy Smith posted a cryptic 7-second Instagram story. A candle, burning, her voice saying, "Sometimes protecting people means staying quiet, but silence doesn't mean agreement." Was she admitting she knew? Was she siding with Erica? Fans didn't know, but they demanded answers. That same night, Tasha K dropped part 3 of her expose. This time, a voicemail, allegedly from a VH1 post-production worker. The woman's voice trembled. "I can't do this anymore. The aired test wasn't the one I logged. We had 2 takes. The first was real 98%. The second was shot later with a fake envelope." The internet lost it. The live chat exploded. Hashtags trended. Then came a surprising twist. Kimela, a former castmate of Erica, went live and said, "I believe her. I always did. They made her look crazy, desperate, but she was right." And where was Mona Scott-Young in all this? Silent. Reports said VH1 was in lockdown. Editors were forced to sign new NDAs. Production meetings were moved off-site. Legal teams were in panic mode. One blurry paparazzi photo even showed Mendeecees' mother sneaking into the studio through a back entrance. Some said she came to support her son. Others believed she had questions of her own. This was no longer just reality TV. It had become a cultural moment. Podcasts, radio shows, Z-Van lawyers on TikTok were breaking down the legal consequences. And as the reunion taping kept getting pushed back, cast members had enough. Bambi told a stylist, "If they don't let Erica speak, I'm out." Rashida and Kirk Frost allegedly tried to suggest making the reunion into an open forum. Producers were scared. They didn't want the truth coming out, at least not on their watch. Silence from the network was becoming more damaging than any public statement could have been. Tension inside the studio was boiling. Insiders whispered about producers fighting in the editing room, scrambling to piece together a reunion episode that didn't look like an obvious cover-up. But every version they cut was falling apart because someone, or maybe multiple people, had clearly decided to leak everything. Raw clips kept showing up online, voice notes from meetings, scribbled call sheet notes, even a schedule revision that proved the original DNA shoot was scrapped and reshot 2 days later. But then came the voicemail, a moment that flipped the entire narrative upside down. It was sent anonymously to a gossip blog and went viral within hours. In the message, a voice fans quickly recognized as a longtime Love and Hip Hop crew member dropped a bombshell. They paid a prop design agency in New Jersey to create a fake lab report. The original DNA test was real, from a legit clinic, but the second test, the one that Erdoğan manufactured, only 3 people knew, according to The Voice: Mona, a showrunner, and someone in legal. The confirmation stunned everyone. Fans had joked about the envelope being fake, but no one thought they'd actually pay to fabricate one. Erica Mena, now completely in control of her own story, didn't flinch. Her next video was quiet but powerful. She simply looked into the camera and said, I have the real lab's name, and soon, so will you. No tears, no theatrics, just cold fire in her eyes. The internet exploded. Fans started searching Atlanta DNA clinics, trying to match formatting and logos. One person claimed it came from a clinic in Midtown. That clinic refused to comment, citing patient confidentiality, but the damage was already done. And then, Mendeecees resurfaced. He posted a blurry black and white Instagram story, a close-up of his face in the dark. His eyes red, voice low. I never asked for any of this. I was told the results were real. I didn't read anything. I just trusted what I was handed. And I regret that. The video cut out after just 15 seconds, but those 15 seconds set the internet on fire. Some called it a confession. Others said it was scripted damage control. But for the first time, he had broken his silence. Shortly after, Yandy Smith followed with an even more cryptic post, an image of a shattered mirror and the caption, "Truth cuts both ways." The fans had had enough. They weren't playing puzzle games anymore, they wanted answers. Then, a top gossip site released a screenshot of an internal VH1 memo titled, "Contingency Planning, DNA Narrative Collapse." The memo laid out pre-written statements, PR strategies, blaming miscommunication, and even a backup reunion episode that completely ignored the DNA storyline. This wasn't just a mistake anymore. It was a planned deception. Sponsors started pulling out. A longtime brand partner tweeted and then deleted that they were reconsidering future involvement with reality shows that misrepresented real lives. But Erica wasn't done. She was becoming a movement. Her legal team released a statement saying they were preparing to file an official complaint against VH1. The claims: defamation, emotional damage, manipulating a real paternity test to harm her reputation. It was history-making. No one had ever challenged a network with this much proof. And then she made her boldest move yet. A private screening event in Atlanta. Only select bloggers, journalists, and ex-cast members were invited. And yes, Tasha K was front row. What they saw stunned even the most seasoned industry vets. The final clip. A never-before-seen video of Erica confronting a producer in her trailer. She held two envelopes, side by side. Her voice shook with fury. "They're not even the same weight. You lied to me. You played with my child's life." The room was silent. One blogger wrote, "This wasn't just TV drama. This was a woman who had been used as a prop, and now she was taking her power back." The next day, fans called it Erica's redemption. A petition demanding VH1 issue a public apology hit 200,000 signatures in 3 days. Even YouTube trailers for the reunion were flooded with comments saying, "We believe Erica." The game had changed. The power had shifted. The reunion set looked the same, but nothing felt the same. The lights above the stage flickered like always, but now the glow felt suspicious-like. Even the electricity was aware that this wasn't just another shoot. Backstage, no one joked. No glam squad laughs. No side eyes, just nervous glances and heavy silence. Mona Scott-Young stood behind the curtain, gripping her clipboard like it was a lifeline. Her fingers tapped like a ticking clock. Everyone knew Erica Mena was going to speak, but no one knew what she was going to say. She had refused to submit talking points. Refused pre-approval. She showed up alone with no stylist, no entourage, just a thick manila folder in her hand. That folder, the same one fans saw in the leaked footage. The one with the real DNA test. The reunion began awkwardly. A montage tried to steer things toward petty drama and fashion shade. But the audience wasn't here for laughs. They wanted truth. And when Erica walked on stage, the air changed. It was like a gust of wind cut through the room. She wore simple clothes, pulled back hair, no extra glam. She didn't wait for her cue. She walked straight to the front, folder in hand. "Before we start," she said quietly, "I need to say something. And I'm not asking permission." Mona shifted in her seat. The crew froze. But nobody stopped her because they couldn't. "Lot of you thought I was crazy," she began. "You thought I was lying. That I made it all up for attention. But the truth is, they made me doubt myself. They made me look like I didn't know my own child's father." She opened the folder. "This is the original test. From the first shoot, before they told me to reshoot it for clarity. It says 98%. Not 0. Not inconclusive. 90. The audience gasped. Kirk Frost leaned forward. Rashida covered her mouth. Bambi's phone slipped from her hand and hit the floor. Erica continued. "They told me it was just drama. That perception is stronger than truth. Those were the words. But that perception wrecked me. It made the world think I was chasing a man who wanted nothing to do with me. It made me question myself. And it broke me. Mendeecees squirmed. His face said nothing. His silence said everything. Yandy sat beside him, arms folded so tightly. It looked like she was holding herself together by force. Then, Mona Scott Young stood, slowly stepping forward. "Erica," she started. "No." Erica cut her off. "You don't get to steer this anymore. You sat in that control room, watched them hand me a fake envelope, and said, 'Good take.' Then you told me the real footage was corrupted. You lied." Mona's mouth opened, then closed. Nothing came out. And then from the side of the stage, Tasha K's voice rang out. "Run the tape, or is it still too corrupted to air?" The audience gasped. Control room radios lit up, and then Yandy stood. She walked to the center, took the mic. "I've been quiet because I didn't know what to say," she began. "But Erica's telling the truth. I saw the original test, so did Mendeecees, but they told us it would never air because it didn't fit the arc. I was ashamed, but I stayed silent. And I'm sorry." The room exploded. Gasps, shouts, even the cameras trembled. Mendeecees finally spoke. "I didn't want this storyline, but I went along with it. I didn't think it would go this far. Erica, I'm sorry. I failed you." Erica's tears fell silently. She didn't say a word. Outside the studio, fans were chanting, "Release the footage. Release the truth." Someone projected Erica's vlog onto the studio wall. News outlets started calling it the biggest reality TV scandal of the decade. Inside, the show went off script. Cue cards were tossed. Teleprompters ignored, and for the first time in the history of Love and Hip Hop, the cameras didn't control the story, the truth did. If you're reading this, you just watched history unfold, from Tasha K's first explosive video, to Erica Mena's tearful reunion moment and the raw receipts that shattered a network's image. This scandal has rewritten what we thought reality TV meant. The DNA test wasn't just fake, it was a weapon. A woman's truth was sacrificed for a storyline. And now, the world is demanding justice. We saw Yandy confess. We saw Mona break. We saw Mendeecees apologize. But the question still remains.